Now that the time has come, waiting what seemed like forever.
Hello Gaming Roundtable fans, and welcome to E3 2011 Special Number 1. Right now we're going to be talking about Microsoft, and I just saw their press conference, so this is my instant reaction to everything I've seen. And, well, overall I color myself very disappointed. Microsoft has been doing this for a couple of years now. Like, surrounding their upcoming press conference, there's not a lot of buzz, so I didn't really expect to see much. I did expect, of course, to see BioShock Infinitum, Skyrim, and Microsoft had gotten leaked earlier that there was going to be a new Halo game. A lot of people were talking about a remake of Halo 1. And all of these things pretty much came to fruition, except, of course, for BioShock Infinitum and Skyrim. In fact, there was nothing shown on these two games. Pretty shocking coming out of the Microsoft press conference. How it started off, we saw Modern Warfare 3 gameplay footage. It looked good, and it's being developed by Hammerhead, I believe, is it Hammerhead or Steel Hammer Games, something like that, as well as the remaining members of Infinity Ward. It pretty much looked like Modern Warfare 2, but I don't really consider that a bad thing. The game looked good, and it looks like something to check out. Also, they showed off Ghost Recon Future Soldier. Again, another game that looked good and definitely geared towards a hardcore crowd. But the problem is their main focus, again, was on Kinect. Kinect this, Kinect voice, Kinect motion control over and over and over again, and honestly, I think they're losing focus on their core audience. As a member of said audience, I really could care less about Kinect. I mean, it was cool to see them like showing off how you could basically use a voice control, but I have a question. Do I need a camera for voice control, or can I just use an Xbox 360 headset and have voice recognition? I mean, it just seems like we're double dipping here. The other thing is, after we got done showing off the cool stuff, then we started to focus heavily on Kinect as if the subtleties in the beginning weren't enough. Just to throw out a couple of technical things. First things first, they're going to update the dashboard so you can use Kinect voice recognition to go Xbox Home, Xbox Netflix, and all that crap that we've been hearing about for several years is now finally coming to fruition. However, we're also talking about now you can watch live TV on Xbox. Does anybody care? And apparently you're going to be able to call UFC fights on Xbox again. To the two people in the audience that do care, this is good for you. For the rest of us, it really makes little to no difference. And then we start talking about the primary focus of the press conference, which obviously seemed to be more crap on Kinect. I saw Fable and got excited, and then I realized it was an on-rail Kinect first-person shooter game. Are you serious? They talked about this new thing from Disney, which is obviously for kids, basically riding around theme parks in Disney World. Question I gotta ask, does anybody else remember Universal Studios theme parks released on GameCube several years ago? That game sucked then. So what do you think the motion control is going to do to add to this? And then everybody get ready, because we're talking about Star Wars. Well, kick ass. Star Wars, motion control. We've been screaming for a lightsaber motion control game for years. Now granted, they did release one on the Wii, it didn't do too well, but whatever, this is Kinect, so it's going to be hardcore. Well, the animation looks stiff as anything. The game looked boring, and if that's not enough, how do you turn on a lightsaber? Anybody? Anybody? Oh yeah, you hit the button and it goes zing. Well, on the Kinect version, because obviously there's no controller, instead of going like this, even though they were talking about finger gestures, I had a couple that I was going to give them, you say lightsaber on. What? I mean, come on, really? And overall, I'm sorry, the Microsoft press conference just annoyed the crap out of me. Too much heavy focus on kids' games and the Kinect, not enough focus on things that people are actually going to play or care about, and last and certainly not least, Halo 4! Yes, it's not just a remake of the first one, although they are remaking the first one and putting it on Xbox Live Arcade. They are making a new Halo game. I know. There's a couple of you who are going to be really excited about this. There's a couple of you with that Halo, really? Again? I'm not sure how I feel, because I know it's not being developed by Bungie Studios. It is in fact being developed by 343 Industries. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but again, without the mother company there, it's a little worrisome. I'll tell you though, one final thing before I let you guys go. Tim Schafer came on stage and I got a little excited because I was thinking to myself, Double Fine Studios, this is a guy who did Brutal Legend a couple of years back, as well as some other great games, Psychonauts, Grim Fandango. I was all excited when I saw Tim Schafer walk on stage, and then I find out he is working on a game that is priced for kids and is Sesame Street. Sesame Street with Kinect. My head just blew up. Guys, Microsoft's press conference sucked, plain and simple. I hope to God that we see better stuff from Sony and Nintendo. And I'm going to have to leave you guys here.
Patching after the update, so you can learn like all the stuff the devs unearthed in. They swept the fish from the lush planet of Naboo's marsh. Fish for balance purposes is now in Tatooine sand. Checking status screenshow what I find. Did you get my mind? Healed when I get to Naboo. But Hilton Fur's got my mad skills. All those guys he kills. Watch it, he don't drop a house on you. Going in a base of rebels, yet I'm gonna make missions to taking the Empire. It's the finest of the faction. Gonna get a tap, so it's best to stay the heck away from this. It's a dangerous murder, so one reaction. How can I help it if it's like I'm funner when I'm dead? Trying hard to discussing and I eat lead. I'm an officer, no playing Imperial.
This is terrible. This is one of the worst catastrophes in the world.